Certainly more questions than answers in regard to how dispensaries will change Southern Oregon. Now, just days before the law takes effect, the controversy continues. A rapid evolution in cannabis control.
Sometimes our culture is moving faster than a lot of people are prepared for.
Starting March 3rd, medical marijuana dispensaries will be legal in the state of Oregon. Portland man Anthony Johnson was on the Rules and Regulations Advisory Committee for Oregon House Bill 3460.
We can expect about 200 or so facilities at least apply for licenses.
Johnson acknowledges with that many dispensaries in Oregon, residents may be on edge about how these facilities will affect local communities.
Medical marijuana facilities don't cause any more crime than pharmacies or banks. Studies have been done showing that medical marijuana states, highway fatalities actually decrease in those states. Suicides actually go down.
But Medford Police Chief Tim George considers those claims laughable.
How does more marijuana sales increase the safety and security of a neighborhood? Absolutely not.
With 37 years of law enforcement experience under his belt, Chief George says more marijuana in the market will not increase safety in the community.
That is a commodity that has value. And when it has value to it, especially right now, it brings a criminal element with it.
George says he believes teen usage and drug driving accidents will rise. Columbia University researchers assessed National Highway Traffic Safety Association data from 1999 to 2010. They found non-alcohol marijuana-related accidents tripled from 4 to 12% in recent years.
Our medical marijuana program in the state is a joke. That's an absolute joke. And so now they're telling me, well, the dispensary is going to make it better because we're going to control the dispensaries. They haven't controlled the medical marijuana program. There's no way they're going to be able to control dispensaries.
Johnson says regulations he helped write will protect all parties, and the program is controlled.
Law enforcement has to have the ability to look back 30 days on the video cameras.
One of the biggest rules for having a dispensary means having constant surveillance, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Which is exactly what Ashland business owner Mike Welch is doing as he prepares to open a dispensary.
So we have a camera set up that is, backed up on a hard drive. It's also backed up with cloud storage.
Welch tells us opening a medical marijuana shop where he works at Siskiyou Medical Supply inside Puffs on Ashland Street means following a lot of rules.
Dealing with code enforcement with the city, okay, making sure from a state legislative standpoint that everything is compliant, which involves having the right amount of safes, the right amount of security, the right amount of camera setup, a layout that is proper for what they want. Testing procedures for the marijuana.
That kind of compliance takes cash. Welch paid a non-refundable $500 application fee to the state, a $3,500 annual registration fee. Siskiyou Medical Supply also had to be 1,000 feet from any schools or other dispensaries. And as Welch shows us around, he explains that it's not just law enforcement that's nervous about the speedy changes. He says even marijuana growers are uncertain about this law.
This is people's livelihoods, and we're asking people to come out of a darkness, that some of these guys have been doing this for 30, 40, 45 years. And now we're saying, hey, it's okay, don't worry, we're not going to put you in jail. As you might imagine, a lot of those guys are not really fully believing this yet.
Because federal law still classifies marijuana as a Class 1 drug, growers, distributors, and buyers can still be prosecuted federally. The reason some local cities like Medford are banning dispensaries is because of those federal laws.
We're not going to issue a business license for a dispensary in the city of Medford.
Meanwhile, advocates say cities like Medford may change their minds once they see the impact dispensaries have both in the community and in local tax revenue.
It could be the exact same situation as Oregon microbreweries and wines have made a name for themselves across the country. The Oregon cannabis industry can be a great industry for this state to operate in a sustainable way and to really provide more jobs and eventually provide millions of dollars of revenue that can be used to fund education and our social services.
Cannabis, in the eyes of some, a possible cash crop for Southern Oregon, but still not without controversy. Coming up tomorrow night at 6, we'll get a first-hand look at why people are swarming to sell medical marijuana, plus how a bill in the state legislature may force Medford to allow dispensaries. In studio, Jennifer Elliott, NBC5 News.